Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Another beautiful day here in Hawke's Bay, and today we're going to be going on a big loop ride, and I'll tell you all about it straight after the intro. Yeah, hi everybody, I'm Goose. Welcome to my channel, Loose with Goose. So riding with me today out of Napier, there goes Moses, he's our road captain, followed by Mark, and he's got a beautifully customised Goldwing there. And following him is David on his Tenere. And then I'm coming up the rear like normal on the L89 Goldwing trike. Now this is the guy who organised the ride. This is Clint Bester, he's the pres of Riding for God NZ, and he thought we'd go to Ohakuni for lunch, and anyone wanted to ride with him, but we decided to go to National Park instead because Alistair, one of the guys who we met up with in Taupo, has got a relative who owns a cafe there, the Macrocapa Cafe, so that's where we ended up. So sit back and relax and just enjoy the scenery as we did, always do. The ride between Napier and Taupo is such a real great ride. You can see the 80k signs there. There's a section now that's 70k's of road they've reduced down to 80k's. It didn't seem to make much difference. This just gone to the 100k sign again there. And it didn't last for long because it must have been a good accident or something behind us, because there's three cop cars came past us here. And an ambulance had preceded them. And then there was a fire truck, so I guess that was the jaws of life going out. And it wasn't long before there was another ambulance. So I don't know what the situation was, but that 80k's didn't make a lot of difference as far as that time was concerned. We stayed to the speed limit pretty much, and yeah, we didn't lose a great deal of time going through. But it was good to get into the Z Tahara there on the outskirts of Taupo, top the tanks up and have a coffee, wait for the other guys to arrive. It wasn't too long before they arrived either. Clint and a friend of his, Marcus, hadn't met him before, but he's a nice guy. Rides really well, and they came through from Te Awamiru Aotearoa, and the other guys from around Taupo here, and we ended up with 10 bikes and with 10 riders and 1 pillion, so it was really a good turnout and a good group actually, not too unwieldy. So there's Clint leading out at the front. This old dreadnought getting himself comfortable. So here we are, State Highway 1, heading south. The first part of our journey is skirting down the eastern side of Lake Taupo towards Turangi, and what a beautiful ride it is down through here too. And those clouds over there look pretty ominous, and so it turned out to be a bit later. But here we are coming into Tūrangi, and on our left there is the mighty Tongariro River, and that's rated as one of the top 10 trout rivers in the world, and it lives up to its name. Fantastic river. There's Tūrangi on the right hand side there. And just as we turned off and got onto Highway 41, it started to have a bit of a drizzle, and it didn't come to a great deal, but it just made the road pretty slick. Turning off onto Highway 47, and this takes us through to National Park. Oh my goodness, just look at that scenery. It's beautiful. This is what the volcanic plateau looks like, or a lot of it. Basically desert-like vegetation, and that's why it's called the desert area. The mountains are socked down with snow, with cloud I should say, and not much visibility there. But this was a little surprise side trip. Clint took us up to the Whakapapa village. So I haven't been up there before. I've been up to the chateau, and you can see that coming there is now. That's the Tongariro Chateau, very iconic hotel here in New Zealand. But from here on up it was all new country. We climbed our way up the side of the mountain. It was left the pastoral land behind, and it was almost like you'd stepped back in time, almost like you stepped into the Lord of the Rings movie, like you're in Mordor. A lot of scoria. There's actually a scoria field up here. It didn't get much more because the battery ran out. But anyway, here's a couple of shots of Whakapapa village and the team that was riding with us today. And then the only other problem that I had as I was moving down, I noticed I had no gauges and had no rev counter. And it turned out to be a blow-in relay, but there was no lights out front either. But that was just a minor worry. It didn't affect the running of the bike. I had a speedo, and so I knew what my mileage was and what my gas consumption was, etc. So no real problems. And then the ride down off the mountain. Absolutely beautiful views, stunning, absolutely stunning. I can't think of many other places that I've been that offers a view of our country like this. Just the scoria fields we were riding through at the moment, and the very volcanic nature of the mountain, and then it comes into the Tusky country and then goes down into the pastoral land again. And from there it was back on the main road, a little bit of roadworks near gravel, but that didn't last all that long, and it wasn't long before we were coming into the National Park village. Here at National Park, but just in behind the garage there's a couple of cafes, and one of them is the Macrocarpa Cafe where we had our lunch, and very good it was too. As I say, the service was brilliant. In fact, the lass that we had a laugh and a joke, and she was literally running to make sure that our orders were taken and we were fed. So it was really very, very good. Can highly recommend it. Here's our host. He just hopped outside and put the umbrella up for us and gave us the specials on the menu. And most of us went for the homemade pies, ones they make on site, and they were very, very good. There you go. So that was just about it. So thanks for watching. Ride free, and of course, God bless, and part 2 will be coming fairly soon.